PCTI, how are you? It's March 20th. Oh shit, I meant to call my mom. It's my mom's birthday. Anyways, March 25th, 2015. Hope you're having a great day. Uh, Wanted to do my own mock draft between Saban and Ben Wilson. Both have two different distinct personalities in PCTI. Both definitely have two distinct draft strategies in PCTI, and just want to give my own 2 cents on the whole situation as well. It's not very often that I just appear as myself and not as the caricature that is the actor in PCTI. Nonetheless, I'm here, a little drunk, but we'll go with it. So we're just gonna go with the idea that Saban gets the first pick, and Ben will defer. So with Saban with the first pick in the 2015 PCTI mock draft, Saban selects Brent Carney. Pretty easy pick, honestly. Easy passing big man, can score, can rebound, consummate teammate, which I use very loosely, is a thorn in the opposing team's side just with his own bitchiness, but a pretty strong and solid and easy first round pick. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Nice hustle, wow.
Hold on. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? That's my roommate.
Who are you talking to?
Say hi. Say hi to the camera. This is all of PCTI.
And that's a British girl.
This could eventually get you about 100,000 followers.
I just ran up the stairs. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're training. We're all in training here. So, to follow up with what the actor said, he put BC going number 1 overall, and I absolutely think he will because I've seen BC, the politician, at work. He will be working Saban one Tuesday a month. He will be sending him emails saying, I'm your guy. I know how this guy works. It's shitty, but, he works like that, and Saban appreciates it. Even though, Saban asked that of all of his guys 3 years ago to give him a good pitch, and he ended up with Ben Wilson. So, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to represent Ben this year, who is arguably the best, drafter in the history of PCTI. And I'm going to say, and a lot of this is, is based on skills return. But I am going to say he goes skills and Joe 2 and 3, which I think will be a big move. A lot of it depending on skills, but that's what I'm basing it off of. So let's move it on over to the actor. Jesus Christ.
Looks good, tastes better, doesn't it? So he made the decision, not me, and that's it's based on Ben Wilson's draft history and how Danny knows Ben pretty well. I'm gonna stick with Saban because I know him inside and out, and I know he's a warrior. He works out all the time, coaches kids basketball, has probably the most interesting life that we all wish we could have. I think he takes with the 4th and 5th pick. With I think it's a no-brainer. He's going to have to take Abe, just for the fact for his scoring, and I think he's got to take Bees. Bees is too electric, too athletic, too bad looking. Honestly, I'm kind of over him being bad looking in PCTI, and I think Saban sees right through it as well. So
If I can say one thing, it's that Saban doesn't give a shit about who's good looking. I mean, that guy hadn't cared about looks for a long time. He'll be the first to admit it. I will say, if there's one thing I know about Saban, it's that he hates people that pound the ball. And he couldn't get two worse people as much as I love both their games. Saban doesn't like when people dribble, and they both dribble. So it could get a little ugly, but you know what? I'm not going to argue those picks because they are good picks. With Ben's picks, I think he's going to take two people that Saban really covets, but can't really risk taking because they are lesser talents. And that's one, me, because I only pass Ben the ball, and I've had a very decorated history of passing Ben the ball. And I don't know how it happened, but it's been proven, and it works for Ben. And I'll put myself before one Spotlight, who's another guy that doesn't dribble. Everybody knows about his well-documented back cut history. I mean, the guy can cut on a dime. He is the only guy in PCTI that continues to get better at basketball. A lot to be said for that. And truly the consummate teammate. So anyway, as he gets two of the best role players, or at least as I see it, let's move it on to Jeff Saban.
All right. Anyways, back to Saban. There's one thing that I know about Saban. It's that we complete each other's sentences. I know he's sitting there on the other side of the screen and said sentences, but I beat him to the punch. But really, that's a joke reserved for my best friend, which will be Saban's next pick, Brian McKinney. It's a guarantee. When Brian and I play together, it's almost like it's like every Shel Silverstein book ever put together. It's just poetry, in motion.
What was her best book?
His best book, because he's a black guy, is Sidewalks.
Sidewalk. I always claimed that was my favorite writers, but
you're one of the big.
I didn't really know Shel very well, did I?
It's
my bad, BC. My bad, player.
Brent's over there probably having a brain aneurysm.
Oh man, he's ready
fucking
to kill
idiots.
Me. Yeah, he's ready to kill me up in this. Yeah, my bad.
Hold on, so what pick does that put us at? Is that 9 and 10?
I don't really keep up with that. I just keep up with who's left.
Yeah, me either. I don't know who's left. Oh, and you know what? He's gonna take McKinney, which is my best friend, and you can't separate us for like two peas in a pod. And he's gonna take. Oh man, this is a tough pick too.
Yeah.
He's got to go big, and he loves this guy. He's the only person that calls this person this nickname, but it's Cockstrong.
That's one of his guys.
Yeah, I mean that's a Saban staple is what that is. Scott Donnelly, who sat out last year, dude, what was it? Was it knee or was it ankle?
I don't know. As much of a Donnelly supporter as I am, and I know how much this means to him, he is. At the end of the day, he really didn't.
Could have our faces.
He didn't tough it out. I know he wanted to, but he didn't tough it out. So you know what? That causes people to slip on the big board.
Caused him to slip down to
Nerlens Noel went from 1 to 7. Scott Donnelly's going to go from 3 to 9. No big deal.
That's not even 9. That's 11, isn't it? We got West, Smo, and Hops, right?
Yeah, I'm not a math guy, but yeah, it's well deserved.
Wow,
it's well deserved.
This is a mock draft.
Saban's lucky. Quite frankly, Saban would be down in the 14-15 range if he didn't luck himself into this situation.
Danny said it, not me. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I've said a lot about Saban the last couple weeks. I mean, and I'm not joking. The guy is truly a terrorist for PCTI. I mean, if you look at year 1, he was drafted really high. He chose to play very poorly. Year 2, he reinvented himself. He completely destructed his team. Year 3, he destructs everything in PCTI, plays incredibly well for himself, and his team is completely self-destructs. Year 4, plays okay, right?
He played good.
Plays
solid.
good, but
Not a deciding or divisive
Right.
factor by any means.
And year 5 completely hijacks a trip by hurting himself. Year 6 now he's gone on record saying he doesn't care anymore. So the guy clearly wants to ruin this thing, and we're not going to let it happen. And this is going to be his retirement year, and I am going to be a full supporter. As much as I've loved playing with this guy since I met him, he is my basketball brother. But you know what? I'm not going to let somebody ruin it for me. He is not going to continue to play this role. So this is going to be his year, and he will not be playing with me. So this will be like every other great retirement match I've ever seen. Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect, one of the best I've ever seen. Actually, that's what we're going to call it because you know what?
That's the casket match.
It's similar. It can be a casket match. You know what? It should be a
He's
casket
not retiring.
match.
His basketball body
Yeah.
is dying.
That's it. And I will not let him on the court in Dallas ever again. I'll see to it. I'll take over his game. I'll do whatever needs to be done. But big year for Saban. Also, the only guy that's never won in PCTI. So, all that being said, he got his boy Cockstrong, who slipped because of similar reasons as Saban slipped. With these last 2 picks for Ben, I'm going to go with 2 very undervalued guys, and I'm going to take. Actually, I'm not going to take Smo first. I'm going to take Wes Murray first because if his shot was on, he would have had one of his best years. He was in great shape. His defense was incredible. He's the only guy that boxes out. He's a great role player, and he's going to have a huge year this year. And then Smo, who shows up pissed drunk every single year. I don't know how he even gets to the games, but he still continues to play his little bullshit role that he plays. I don't like him. I don't really want to be on his team, even though I've always said that he's my favorite teammate. But I guess I'm stuck because I don't want anybody else. So anyway, let's move it over for the last pick.
So if you get stuck with Smo, that means we get stuck with Hobbs.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
You can't win them all in PCTI, as we've all learned. There's no undefeated left. This draft clearly illustrates that.
It's a weak draft this year.
It's a very weak draft.
It's a weak crop.
The only value picks that we have left, honestly, Bees is a value pick, in my opinion. Bruiser's always a value pick.
I don't know. I heard that Bees was slipping a little bit this offseason.
You know, Vegas has Bees slipping. Danny's got Bees slipping. Yeah, I'm not DMX, so I'm not slipping. So I can't necessarily say one way or the other. The value picks, in my opinion, are Bees and Bruiser. Bruiser's not on the board this year. We're going to miss him tremendously. Probably my favorite post player in PCGI. Actually, the only post player that I actually really like in PCGI, and he knows John Claude Van Damme movies.
Arguably the only post player in PCTI.
Arguably the only post player in PCTI at this juncture. But I hope you all enjoyed the first PCTI mock draft 1.0 2015. Could not be more excited for this year. Portland's going to be amazing, especially during the summer. You're going to see Mount Hood, snow-capped. It's going to be gorgeous. Lots of great times.
I love snow caps.
I can't wait for everybody to get there on Wednesday.
It's going to be great. Snow caps on Wednesday.
Danny is totally Tober, which is even better.
You got me really excited. I mean, snow caps always have got me excited. I like snow caps. I get jacked up thinking about the fact that Deuce will be there, as he always is. One of the few guys that I look forward to seeing.
Deuce, love you. Love you.
Can't wait to see you, brother.
You're the best.
And I know you'll still be here at 14, 15 minutes. I know you'll still be watching. Can't wait to see you, brother.
He won't have fast forward.
That guy never
Once you heard his name, he's like, oh, I'm good.
When it comes to PCTI, that guy does not miss a beat. So, can't wait.
All right, y'all. Hope you have a great night. We'll see you the next time.